She wrote a children's book to help kids cope with losing their dad. What she didn't put in the book is that she's the one who killed him. This is the story of the Utah mom who poisoned her husband with fentanyl, published a best-selling grief book about it, and went on morning TV to promote it, before the police even knew it was murder. Park City, Utah, March 2022. Eric Richins, a successful stonemason, a devoted dad of 3 boys. His wife, Corey, a real estate investor, always polished, always smiling in family photos. On paper, this looked like the American dream. But dreams have a way of hiding debt, affairs, and desperation. We trust the smiling family photo. That's exactly what makes cases like this so unsettling. The killer isn't a stranger in the dark, she's the one tucking the kids in at night. The night it happened, March 4th. The couple celebrates a real estate deal. Corey makes Eric a Moscow Mule. They share a lemon drop shot. By morning, Eric is unconscious. He never wakes up. The autopsy comes back devastating. Fentanyl, 5 times a lethal dose stuck in his system. A man with 0 history of drug use. Pause beat. How does a healthy 39-year-old end up with a fatal opioid overdose in his own bed next to his wife? The first red flag, here's where it gets darker. This wasn't the first time. Weeks earlier, on Valentine's Day, Eric had gotten violently ill after eating a sandwich Corey left him, with a love note attached. Prosecutors would later argue that wasn't food poisoning, that was practice. If you're not unsettled yet, stick around because the next part is the reason this case went viral. The book 1 year after Eric's death, while she is still a free woman and the investigation is quietly ongoing, Corey Richins publishes a children's picture book. It's about a boy wondering if his dad is watching over him from heaven. She dedicates it to her 3 sons. She goes on a local morning show to promote it. Weeks later, she's arrested for his murder. This is the detail true crime fans can't let go of. Was this a genuine act of a grieving mother, or a calculated performance written for an audience that included investigators? The motive: prosecutors paint a picture of a woman drowning in debt, over $2 million, running a collapsing real estate business, having an affair, and locked into a prenup that meant if she left Eric, she left his money too. There was only one way out that let her keep everything. He had to die. Money, affairs, a prenup. This isn't just a murder case. It's a masterclass in what desperation does to the human mind. The evidence that sealed it: no security footage, no confession, no eyewitness. Just a house cleaner who testified she sold Corey fentanyl pills weeks before Eric's death. And a mountain of circumstantial evidence. Guilt-driven behavior. Secret texts with her boyfriend about their future together. Financial records showing exactly why she needed him gone. Prosecutors called it simple. She wanted him dead. She profited from his death, and she got the drugs to make it happen. Pause beat. Circumstantial doesn't mean weak. Sometimes the story evidence tells is louder than any confession. The verdict, March 16, 2026. After a 3-week trial and just 3 hours of deliberation, the jury returns guilty on every single count. Aggravated murder, attempted murder, insurance fraud, forgery. Corey bows her head. No visible tears, no outburst, just silence. Watch how she reacts in that moment. It's the kind of controlled response forensic psychologists study for years. Sentencing day, May 13th. Sentencing day, which also happens to be Eric's birthday. Corey reads a statement to her 3 sons, insisting she's innocent. But then her own children's words are read aloud in court. Statements saying they don't feel safe if their mother is ever released. Imagine being convicted by a jury of 12 strangers, and then, in a sense, by your own kids. This is the moment that made even hardened court reporters go quiet. Life without parole. The judge hands down the maximum sentence, life without parole. He tells her plainly, someone capable of this isn't someone who should ever be free again. Her family insists she's innocent. Her defense team says they'll appeal. But for now, the woman who wrote a book about a father watching over his children from heaven will spend the rest of her life without seeing hers grow up. The psychological takeaway. Here's what makes this case stick with people more than almost any other. It's not the poison. It's not even the money. It's the performance. The ability to grieve publicly, write a best-selling book about loss, smile on morning television, while allegedly being the one responsible for causing that loss in the first place. Psychologists call this impression management, the conscious effort to control how others perceive you, even in the middle of a crisis you created. Do you think she believed her own story by the end, or was it a performance from day one? Drop your theory below. Eric Richins trusted the person sitting next to him in bed. And that's the part of this story that should scare you more than the fentanyl ever could. If this case fascinated you, hit subscribe, because next week I'm covering another case where the perfect family wasn't what it seemed.